Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is 1:51 a.m. and welcome to Peter's late night fountain pop in the driveway vlog, where we talk about all kinds of different things. Oh my gosh. Okay. Get my lip balms out. And I was just thinking to myself that my nose has been running all day today, and my throat has been real itchy, and I just realized I don't even think I took my allergy medicine today. Hi, how are you guys doing? Lock the door. I am listening to this very good but very scary book. I don't know, some people might not find it scary. I find it scary sitting in this car listening to it. And I've literally listened to it in like 2 days. It's that Simone St. Clair book, The Sundown Motel. It's a mix between like a mystery, it's really good, and paranormal. And you kind of have no idea really what's going on. Like you can follow the mystery along. So it goes back and forth between 1982 and 2017. And so in 2017, this girl, Carly, her mom passes away. And she always had heard of the story of her Aunt Vivian, but she never met her Aunt Viv because her Aunt Viv went missing in 1982. And it like haunted her mom like her whole life, and her mom would never talk about it. And so Carly's like this true crime buff. So she goes back to this small town of Fell, New York to find out what happened to her aunt, because it's a cold case that was never solved. And so it goes back and forth between her going back and trying to solve it, and then like her aunt in 1982, when she was basically her same age, like as Carly, working at this hotel, and like all the stuff that happened. And then there was like a serial killer like on the loose killing women, and she basically is like solving the case. She can like figure it out with this other like person, and like she's like on like tailing it. It's very scary. And but then there's a paranormal aspect to it, and I'm not really sure. Like, the book would have been scary enough without the paranormal piece, which I feel like kind of, to be honest, takes away a little bit from the book, because it's like, it makes it scary. The paranormal stuff is done very, very well in the book, I will say that. And I went in and I looked, and I think her name is St. Clair. Simone, let me look it up. In case you guys want to read this book ever. Simone St. James, The Sundown Motel. And the cover of the book is like this old motel, like 50s motel sign that says The Sundown Motel, vacancies. And she's written like 2 other books. One was called The Broken Girls, that I actually remember when it came out. It was about these girls that were in this like in the psychiatric like hospital like in the 20s or 30s or something. So she writes a lot of these period piece books. It's phenomenal. It is so good. I really didn't expect it to be as good as it was, honestly. Like, today I sat out here and like listened to like 2 hours of it in the car. I'm almost done with it. I have, like when I get done with my vlog, I have an hour and 15 minutes left of it. And I started it 2 days ago. But like the first time I didn't really listen to a whole lot of it. I listened to like 20 minutes or something. Like, I don't remember how much. But anyway, it's so good. I cleaned out my car today while I was talking to Tanya sitting here, and it's so clean right now. I'm like looking at my like not my dashboard, but my like lights and stuff, and they're so clean. Yeah, but it's really good and it's really scary. And I'm kind of not sure what to read next. So let me explain to you. So the stay-at-home reading rush Read-a-thon started at midnight. It's 1:56 a.m. And I know the book, so let me tell you the challenges for it. If you want to do it, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It started at midnight, but like, I'm sure some people won't start it till they get up tomorrow. If it was warm, I would have started at midnight and been sitting outside, but I didn't, you know. So the challenges are, and you can just go to @The Reading Rush. It's on Twitter, or you can look it up on YouTube. She put a video up of all the challenges and explaining it. And there's a website, thereadingrush.com too, that has all this stuff on there. Read a book with a house in the cover. So I have that. That's inside. It's gonna be that's a hardback book that I'm reading. And then read a book in the same room for the whole time. Well, I'm gonna do that in the car. So that's gonna be an audio book. So that'll be 2 books. And then read a book set somewhere you wish you could go. That's gonna be my book with the house in the cover. So that's still 2 books. Because I'm not gonna try to overdo it. And then read a book that will make you smile. And that's gonna be some kind of audio book. So I was trying to go through here and pick out like 2 audiobooks because I'm gonna do tomorrow I'm gonna do my TBR video. I meant to do it today, but time just got away from me, and then it was like 7 o'clock before I would have started filming videos. And I was like, you know what? Like, I've had such a great day today. I'll tell you why in just a second. But I was like, I've had such a great day today. It's been so relaxing. It's been so nice. You know, like Alex was inside, he was watching TV, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna continue to relax, and then tomorrow, I sat down and I made a list of all of the videos that I wanna make. But I'm going through my list, come on Audible of my library, and I'm trying to I can pick any book, basically, that I'm gonna read in the same place. That's gonna be here. But the thing is, I have to finish 2 audiobooks in 4 days. So I'm like, I can't pick a book that's like 15, you know, hours long. So I'm trying to pick a book that is realistic for me to get done in 2 days. Like, they have to be 2 books that I can get done in 2 days. And I don't want to pick super short books either, because I'm kind of enjoying listening to a little bit longer books right now. And I was going to read the book for our book club, but I'm going to start that on like Monday or Tuesday, because it's not too long. So I don't know, I have like all these books that I'm thinking about doing. So we'll see. I may just like randomly pick 2 books that like I wouldn't normally, you know, read, if that makes sense. I don't know. I have like so many good books to pick from, that's the problem. Like, I was thinking that I was gonna do Run by Blake Crouch is a book that makes me happy because I love Blake Crouch. He's like my favorite author right now. And then a book in the same place would be The Wife Between Us. And then if I didn't finish the second one, at least I would have finished all the challenges if I read the book inside, which it's not super long. I think it's like 300 pages. Because I would still like meet all the challenges because I would have listened to the same book in the same place, you know? So I don't know, I'm either gonna do, I think I'm gonna do those 2. There's so many books. I was thinking about doing this book called A Bad Day for Sunshine by Dorinda Jones. It's new, and I just got it. And then my friend just finished reading the Testaments, my Margaret Atwood, and she said it was fantastic. And then Grady Hendrix, who wrote My Best Friend's Exorcism. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but he wrote a book, I think it's he, I don't know, it might be a she, I'm not sure, but I think it's a he. He wrote a book, so that My Best Friend's Exorcism took place like in the late 80s, and it was all these pop cultural references, and it was about this girl that actually did get possessed. And they weren't sure if it was like drugs or what it was. Hold on, I need to pour my fountain pop. They weren't sure if it was like drugs or if it was like she really was possessed and all this kind of stuff. It was such a great book. But the pop cultural references were so incredible. I mean, it was literally like you were sitting in 1989. And then he wrote another book, and I have it in here, but I haven't read it, called We Sold Our Souls. He writes like all really like dark stuff, but it's kind of like, they're all like thrillers too. And he just had a book came out 2 days ago, and I got it, and I bought it. It's called, of course I did, right? And it's called The Southern Book Club's Guide to Vampires, I think is what it's called. And I really want to read this. It's about this book club, and I think it's like like Charlotte or somewhere in the South, and this guy comes in, and as this guy, like, they allow him to be part of the book club, even though it's a women's book club, and they think that he, like, they start wondering if he's like a vampire, because he like never like comes out during the day. He stays up really late at night. I'm like, oh, I totally relate to all this, right? And so like all these like kids start going missing in the area and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, I got that because I love Grady Hendrix, so I might read that. So many good books. So I don't know what to read next. I might just randomly pick just 2 random books and be like, they'll both make me happy because I love to read. So anything I read will make me happy. And the other book I'll be reading in the same place. I may do that and just pick 2 random books that I haven't even like, you know, like thought anything about. Because sometimes when I go into a book and I don't know anything about it, like I really enjoy it a lot more because I'm like, I don't know anything about this book. You know what I mean? Like this one, I love because of that. So I might pick, knowing that, why did it just do that? It's just the weirdest thing just happened on my, it just changed the Sundown Motel's cover to You Are a Badass. So I might pick The Red Lotus by Chris Bohegen and A Bad Day for Sunshine. Or A Bad Day for Sunshine and The In-Between. I might pick those 2 books because I don't know anything about either one of those people. There, just switched back. Anyway, today has been a really good day. Let me get out of all of this. I don't know how long I'm going to vlog for because I do want to like start listening to my audiobook, and I want to finish that book, and then I want to start something else, and then at least watch 1 episode of something tonight. I'm watching Schitt's Creek. I'm like on the 9th episode already. I think it's funny. I don't love it as much as Alex loves it. Like, he's obsessed with the show, like literally obsessed. Like, and maybe I will get that way. I don't know. Like, maybe it's just that I'm on the 1st season. Like, he was like, which character do you think you are? Do you think you're like Moira? And I said, no, why? And he goes, because I think you're like Moira. I go, you think I'm like Moira? He goes, yeah, I think you're so much like her. And I go, well, who do you think you're like? I knew he was going to say, David. He goes, oh, I'm totally David. And I'm like, really? You think you're like that? And he goes, well, who do you think you're like on the show? I go, I really actually think I'm kind of like Stevie, to be honest. And he goes, really? And he goes, well, who are your favorite characters? And I said, Stevie. I love Stevie. And I said, and I love Jocelyn, the mayor's wife. And she's just such a great person. And I just watched the episode. If you haven't seen it, there's an episode where, so Schitt's Creek is about this really rich family, and their like accountant like steals all their money, and so they basically have nothing. And the only thing that they have left is this town called Schitt's Creek, and that they bought basically as a joke. And so they have to move to Schitt's Creek. This is all in the pilot episode. I'm not ruining anything for you. But anyway, so it's just like a real small town in the middle of nowhere. And they live in the motel, and they don't have any money, and they can't really do anything, and they all think that they're like better than everybody else. And there was a scene, it was such a genuine scene, and Catherine O'Hara plays Moira, the mom. She's so fantastic. Well, first of all, Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara from all of those movies, the Christopher Guest movies, if you've never seen them, like Best in Show and Waiting for Guffman and all of those movies, like, they're so good in those movies. I love those movies so much. And so to see them together again is, Catherine O'Hara played the mom in Home Alone. She's such a great character actress, and she plays like this complete, like, just like out of reality, like gone from reality, like former actress, binge drinking, like just like her world is falling apart kind of thing. And there's this one scene when the mayor's wife, so like the mayor's wife is really nice, but she's like country. She's like just, you know, small town, whatever. And she like takes her for this day of like getting, like a spa day and whatever. And they kind of have like this, like, not confrontation, but like she comes back and she says something to her. She's like, you hate your hair. And she's like, I don't hate my hair. And she's like, you hate your hair just like you hate this town. And she's like, and it kind of seems like funny at first, but like when you're watching it, it's just such like a genuine moment, you know, of really how people treat people. And she's like, you know, there's gonna be a moment, and she's like, I don't hate this town just isn't me, or something like that. And she's like, you know, that may be true, but there's gonna be a moment when, you know, your silk blouse rips and you need a new blouse, and you're gonna go to like the blouse barn to buy a blouse, or, you know, something happens to one of your wigs and you need somebody to help it out, and then you're gonna wanna go to Janine's and have her fix your hair. And she was like, and I'm just trying to help that process so that it's a little easier for you. And that, I mean, it's such like a nice moment. You really like, and you know, I just was watching it tonight, and I was thinking about just like the true goodness in the world of people, that I think like, when offered an opportunity, I truly do believe that most people are really pretty good. I really do. At least most of the people that I encounter, you know? And, I don't know. It's hard watching it because, like, Alex I've seen so many of the episodes, like, in the background while I'm watching it. And so, like, some of them I'll be watching it and I'll be like, I feel like I've kind of seen, like, part of this already, you know? But it's good. I really want to get into Wentworth, but every time I sit down to go watch a show, like I say, I'm going to go start Wentworth tonight, right? I sit down and I'm like, I'm just going to watch 2 episodes of Schitt's Creek. And so, yeah. You know, I've gotten so used to our pattern of like getting up and what we do, which is basically nothing throughout the day. And Alex watches TV shows, and the dogs are literally like in bed with him the whole day. And then he'll come downstairs and, you know, let them out, and we'll sit there and we'll talk for a little bit. And then if I'm making videos, I'll make some videos, and then we'll lay there and talk and watch something together, and, you know, then make some dinner together. And then like he'll go watch some more shows, and I'll listen to my audiobook or calls. You know, he'll do like he did another Zoom call tonight, but it was like an hour with his friends. You know, I talked to Tanya in my car for a long time tonight, and, do you know, like I told him this earlier, I said, I'm gonna kind of miss when you go back to work, like, not that, I mean, we need, you know, the money, he's ready to go back to work, but I'm like, I'm gonna miss you being here, you know, like, I've really enjoyed having you be here, and, he's like, yeah, I've really kind of enjoyed being here too. I don't know that I could do like 4 months of it, like, but like, now that I feel like we're kind of coming to the end a little bit, well, the Indiana governor spoke today, and so I guess they're going to tell us on Friday if they're going to extend the stay-at-home order or not. I feel like they're kind of trying to like, I know that everybody's like, we need to get back to work, we need to get back to work, we need to get back to work. I guess my only fear is at what expense of everybody getting sick again and then us being at home for 6 months. I would rather be preventative, I guess, of the world, but that's just me. But the economy is such a scary thing right now that's going on, you know? I don't know. I don't have any of the answers. No, don't listen to me. I don't know. I go in and I, like, read the news coverage. It's interesting, like, every person I talk to, I'm like, did you watch the news? Like, did you watch the press conference? And at first, everybody was watching it, and now everybody's like, no. I just go in and I, like, listen to the evening news and, like watch what they said, or I'll, like, read an article and talk, you know, it's like, it's too much. Everybody has been saying to me, it's too much. I can't, like, listen to, like, the 2-hour press conferences every day, and, but I don't know, in a weird way, this is kind of like the new normal. But I would love if this was our life anyway. Like, not like, I mean, just sitting at home on top of each other, but like, I mean, if, you know, pre all of this, we were traveling and whatever, because I said to Alex, you know, like, you know, if you, like, started doing all your stuff, like, online, then we could, like, travel and we could, like, work from, you know, wherever. And he's like, I know, but he likes working for people and doing that stuff, you know? I did too at one point in my life. But, yeah, it's gonna be weird the first day that he goes back to work, you know? And I'm just like here all day by myself with the dogs. But anyway, we got up today and, it's funny because I talked about it on this vlog, not this vlog, but way back when, about this article that I read and how it was really helpful to me. And it was basically like, don't stress yourself out if like right now, it may have been that article that Shane Dawson posted. I don't know. I think it was a different article though. About don't stress yourself out if you're like eating right now, or if you're not feeling like cleaning out everything or feeling real motivated. And, you know, this will pass. And then like as things like start taking over, like there will be a time to like, you know, start getting grounded and figuring out your workouts again and getting remotivated and all that kind of stuff. But maybe right now what you need to do is just take care of yourself and kind of like watch some TV shows and just like eat junk food and whatever for a little while, you know? And like when Alex talks to his friends on the phone, like he always references that article. He was like, you know, I had this article that Peter gave me and it was so helpful. And he was like, because I was so stressing out that I felt like I should be doing all of this stuff. And then it kind of allowed me to like, just like not feel like I should be so pressured to be like getting up every single day and, you know, being highly motivated to do all this kind of stuff. But I think it's kind of true, you know, I think it's like, so, well, this is what happened today. Like, I woke up and I was like, I was real excited to like make videos. And I was like, okay, because I was going to do my TBR and my tag video for the Read-a-thon, the Reading Rush Read-a-thon. And then I hadn't made a Peterisms video, so I was going to do that. And I had the meditations picked out. And then I'm going to do this review of this As Seen on TV thing that I bought for my review channel. I was going to do that and maybe have Alex help me with that one. And then the vlog I had posted, which was a long one last night. And then I wasn't sure what I was going to do for my drama video. So I started looking around and there just really wasn't a whole lot to like, you know, talk about in the drama world. And I was like, you know what, I think I'm just not going to make a drama video. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll do the other ones and maybe I won't do the review channel video, because that was kind of like, I was gonna have to like pull some stuff together. It's like it's a kitchen one. It's like a cooking thing. And I was like, so maybe I won't do that. So maybe I'll just do the booktube one. I really wanted to get that done, the other thing. So, I had been texting with my cousin. So I have like 2 cousins that live in Indianapolis from Fort Wayne that are cousins of mine on my dad's side. One of my cousins I'm really, really close with. I mean, we don't talk like every day, but we talk, you know? And my other cousin, I don't know the last time I've talked to her. Like, well, I would have seen her maybe at her dad's funeral. So, but I don't talk to her. Like, I mean, we're not, my family on my dad's side is really big because he's the youngest of 5. And so I don't really have really close relationships. Like, this cousin that lives here in town is literally like the only cousin I'm close with. And her mom, I used to stay with her mom and dad and them in the summers. Like, they're the ones that lived on a farm. And so, well, my aunt still lives on a farm. So I used to stay with them in the summers when I was growing up, like in August. And I was telling her today, I said, you know, I still sleep with a fan, like, right on my face, and that's your fault. And she started laughing. And she's like, yeah, because the house that I grew up in had no air conditioning. And I said, you know what, though? I said, one of my favorite things to this day is, I said, I love, like, when it's, like, hot at night and, like, you open the windows and the air's, like, coming through and, like, I have the fan right on me. I said, it must be, like, a memory that I have from, like, staying with you guys on the farm, you know? So, anyway, she had we were texting back and forth a couple days ago, and she was like, will you call my, like, would you think about calling my mom if she was like, I hope, she was like, do you mind if I ask you to call my mom? She was like, she's kind of lonely right now, and it would really mean a lot to her if you, like, called her. She would love to hear from you. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Well, like, a day or two went by, and I had, like, totally forgotten to do it. And 2 days went by, because I talked to my dad yesterday, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna, like, you know, whatever. And he was like, oh my God, she would love that. She would love if she just, like, answered the phone and it was you, you know? So today I was like, okay, you need to just call her. So I got my coffee, and I came out here, and it was so cold today in Indiana. It was so cold. So I came out here, and I called her, and we talked for like 25 minutes on the phone. We had the greatest conversation. She's so funny. She was telling me cat stories about how she lost her cat on the way. She has like 2 inside cats and 1 outside cat at the farm, and she was telling me all this just funny stories. And she's like, yeah, the cat's too fat to even get into it. It's like hole in the barn. She's like, and I said, it's too fat. And she's like, yeah. She's like, but it's big enough for a possum to get through there. And she's telling me all these funny stories. So anyway, we were telling, you know, old stories from when I, like, grew up and stuff like that. And I love her so much. But then I got off the phone with her, and I wanted my cousin, like, I wanted to let her know that I had called, and I had checked on her mom. And so I called my cousin, and she and I ended up talking for, like, over an hour, and we had, like, the greatest conversation in the entire world. And we just, like, talked about, like, everything. And it just was so nice. And it was like, I don't talk to her on the phone very often. Like, I don't talk to her like I do Caroline, but, like, she's, like, on that side, she's, like, my Caroline. And we have a lot in common. And I was just like, so we just got talking, and we were laughing, and we were talking about, like, when we can go out to eat, we're going to go out to eat. And so we were trying, she's like, now, where do you like to go eat? She doesn't live too far from, actually, she lives really close to Alex's brother. And so we were talking about maybe, like, picking a place up there. And anyway, it just was so nice, like, to talk to her. And my mom loved them so much too. Like, so these are she and her brother used to show animals for 4-H at the state fair every year. And so they would come down for the state fair when I was a little kid, and my mom would take me to the fair. This is even after my parents were separated. My mom talked to my dad's siblings, sisters. I don't know that she did his brother, but just because, like, he wasn't, like, a super, like, reach out kind of person anyway, you know. But my mom talked to my dad's sisters, like, her entire life. They, like, all came to my mom's funeral. And they came down for the viewing and for the funeral. And, yeah, she, like, talked to them, like, her whole life. And so we would go to the fair every year. I can remember when I was a little kid, and we would ride around the carousel. I would ride around the carousel, and, we would go see, and my cousin, he would, like, he would sleep at the fair. I was just talking about this on here not too long ago. And he would sleep at the fair, and he would have, like, his area, you know, and that he would have, like, a cot and, like, a microwave and, like, a little TV and stuff in there. And I always thought it was so cool, and I wanted to stay. Anyway, so it just totally made my day. And by the time I got, like, right as I was getting off the phone with her, Tanya called and beeped in. And so, like, I didn't take Tanya's call, like, I, like, beeped it because I was, like, finishing up with her. And it was, like, I literally looked at, like, I was sitting here and I, like, looked, and it was, like, 7:10. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not making, I mean, I didn't want to put up a video at 9:30, you know what I mean? And I was like, well, I guess I'm not making videos now. And so, and I was just like, you know what? Just enjoy it. Just relax and whatever. And because I was like, I kept on thinking to myself, okay, well, now I've limited it down to, like, 3 videos, now 2 videos, you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, well, at least get up the BookTube one, because tomorrow is when the Read-a-thon starts. But then I was like, I can put it up the first day of the Read-a-thon. It's just not that big of a deal, right? It's for fun anyway. So, see, that's where I'm kind of, like, hard on myself. I'm like, you have to have the TBR up before the Read-a-thon starts. I'm like, says who? Like, just enjoy it and have fun, right? So anyway, I thought that was my phone. No. So I went inside and I talked to Alex for a little bit, and like, Sarah called, like, 5 minutes into me, so they were, like, talking. So I was like, I'm gonna go call Tanya. So I got a Diet Coke, And I came out here, and then Tanya and I talked for like 45 minutes on the phone, 45 minutes. And, hold on a second, I think it's gonna stop. Yeah, hold on a second. Okay, it was at like 29 minutes and 50 seconds. But anyway, so Tanya and I talked for like 45 minutes on the phone, and, we had a good conversation just about like all kinds of stuff. She kind of is like the one that gives me a lot of information about the news, because she does like watch most of that stuff, and so she'll like tell me what she watched. Like today I said to her, I said, did you watch the press conference with the governor? And she was like, no. She's like, I don't watch that much anymore. And she had been watching that stuff like every day. And she's like, but I just like watch the news coverage of it afterwards. And that's what I talked to Caroline today too. And, so that's what she told me. Caroline and I don't really talk. Like, when we talk on the phone, when I, like, pre all of this, like, we talk, but we don't talk for, like, long periods of time. And I always, like, I kind of felt like I wouldn't say I was, like, bothering her, but I feel like whenever I call her, I'm like, she's like, hello, and I'm just like, what are you doing? She's like, nothing. And she's like, I've been watching Intervention all day today. But anyway, so I said to her today, I said, I feel like I'm bothering you when I'm calling you, because she's not like a big phone person, right? And I said, because I know you're not like a big phone person. She's like, I'm not a big phone person when I can go places and talk to people in person. She's like, but now that I'm just at home, she's like, I love talking to you. And she was like, it's like the bright point of my day. And that made me so happy. It was just such a good day talking to, like, family and, friends and stuff today. Well, I mean, Tanya was, like, really the only friend I talked to today, but, I just felt my spirit so lifted by talking to some people today. It just made me so happy. And I wasn't really, like, down anyway, but I just was, like, I got off the phone with my cousin, my other cousin, and I just was ecstatic. I just was, like, it was such a great phone call, and I just felt so happy. And, so, yeah, it was really just a nice day. And then I came inside, and, when I sat and played all my Words with Friends games. I caught up with all of my Words with Friends games, so I wouldn't have to do it at, like, 4 o'clock in the morning when nobody's playing. And, I sat here and listened to a bunch of that audiobook. That's what I did. And then I went inside, and Alex is he's watching some Spanish series or something. I don't know. He said it wasn't very good, but he's, like, been binge watching it. And, like, every time I come inside, or anytime I'm, like, in the house, he's, like, watching this TV show that he said was not very good. So anyway, and I was like, what do you do? Are you still having your, like, Zoom thing? And he was like, yeah, but it's not till 9:30. And it was just, like, him and two of his friends. And so I listened to some more of my audiobook. Oh, I sat down and I made my list of, like, all of the videos that I want to make for tomorrow. And then kind of organized my stuff over around my computer, like, my desk area. And then when he was getting on his call, I was making something to eat, and I made, like, a little cup of macaroni and cheese, the Velveeta shells. It was so, like, they had a little cup of that squeezable cheese in there, a little package. It was so cute. A cup of that, and then I made a cheese sandwich, and then I had some of those peanut butter things and a glass of water. And, like, I'm real close to these girls that he was, like, talking to, so I was, like, stood there and talked to them for a little bit and said hi to them and stuff like that. And then afterwards I came upstairs and I took a nap, and, like, Boo Radley came up, like, 2 minutes after I got up there. He's so sweet, because sometimes, like, at night, I think he gets scared that he can't jump on the bed, because sometimes he's tried, and he, like, if he runs and does it, he can do it. But if he's just standing there, like, Tucker can just stand there and jump. I think Boo Radley can, but he doesn't trust himself. And so sometimes he, like, does it, and it's like he hardly makes it. And then he stresses himself out. So I always pick him up, is what I do. Like, I always just pick him up when he's standing down there. So I heard his little, like, that's him, like, walking around on the floor. It was so cute. And I looked over the side, and he was down there. And so I, like, picked him up. And he laid on, I always make Alex's pillow. I put, like, one pillow, like, standing up like this, and then one pillow down. So he has, like, a little bed here that he can sleep on. And then he lays, so his face is, like, next to mine. He's so sweet. And then we laid right there, and I talked to him and told him all kinds of stuff. And we had a little conversation, and then I fell asleep. And the next thing I remember waking up, I set my alarm for 2 hours. I've been taking like 2-hour naps. I've been taking really long naps. That's a long nap for me in the evening. And it was like at like 10:15 because I set the alarm for 12:15. I think so. I wonder if I have the alarm set. I can tell you. 12:15, yeah. And so I lay down at 10:15. And then Boo Radley, Alex must have like been taking like the dogs, cause like he'll just get up and like go, come on, let's go outside. And that was probably at like, because I snoozed my alarm and he was still there at like 12:25. And Boo Radley like shot downstairs. He gets real excited. And so he left, and then like I laid there and I turned my alarm off. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna lay here for 10 more minutes. I was so comfortable. And I could hear the TV downstairs, and I was like, what are you watching? And he was like, his show or whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna lay here for 10 more minutes. And he was like, okay. And I like opened my eyes, and it was like it was like 12:45 or 12:55. And I was like, oh my God, like I slept like another half an hour. And then I was like, I'm just gonna lay here for 5 more minutes. And I like opened my eyes, and it was like 1:17. And I was like, oh my God, I laid down for like another half an hour. It was so nice. Oh my God, I did have the weirdest dreams though. You guys wanna hear my dream? The vivid dreams are back, but this wasn't a bad dream. It wasn't a bad dream at all. So, I was, such a weird dream. I don't know what it was. But I was on, okay, this hockey figure skating team, okay? But we were like hockey players that did like figure skating tricks. And we did like all of these kind of different tricks and things like that and competed. And I think this is because I was thinking about the show Cheer, because it's like, it was kind of like in my dream, like we were doing like these cheer flips and stuff, but it was all on ice. And I was like one of the best ones. And the whole team was me and all women. And we wore those, like, we wore these long like capes that were like these woolen capes. Which I almost kind of wonder if that's not like the Handmaid's Tale kind of thing. But anyway, and we were like the best at what we did. Like when we would like walk like through places, people would look at us like they're the best. And we had these big like puffy coats that were like these like light gray puffy coats. And my trick was that I could do it. I could skate and do everything in the dark, and I could see in the dark. And so like we were finishing this thing, and they were like having me, and I was like skating backwards, and I was doing these flips and stuff like that in my dreams. I could do like all of these tricks in my dreams. And it was the weirdest dream. And we were like, so I played hockey when I was a kid, and it was at the Carmel Ice Stadium. And like it was there in my dream, like we were there. And I don't know, it was just really weird. And then like at the end, we were like grabbing all of our stuff because we had to go, and we were going to a competition. And we like walked out, and it was like all of these guys that like I used to play, like these guys that like were like jocks in high school and stuff, and they like some like the hockey players and whatever, and like walked out, and they were all waiting to like get on the ice. It was all dark though. It was real weird. It was like at night, and like they were waiting to come in, and I was like walking out, and they were like looking at me like, how did he get on that team? Like they were like mesmerized that I was like on this team. But anyway, that was my dream that I had right before I woke up. That was a good dream. My dreams have just been so like bonkers lately. It's just been crazy. It's like they're just all over the place, you know? I don't know. I thought reading this book I would have some scary dreams, but I really haven't. Should I read some comments? Should I read some comments? Oh, let's look at the weather, first of all. I think it's supposed to be cold, but I might as well look and see what it's going to be like for 27 tonight and a freeze warning. That's great. Tomorrow, 49, 46 on Friday, 54, 57. Oh, my God. Oh, well, that's not bad. Okay, so Next weekend, Friday 64, Saturday 68, Sunday 69, Monday 64, Tuesday 63, Wednesday 65. That's the end of April. That's pretty good. I can handle that. Okay, so let's go in here and see some comments. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Comments. Jessica gave blue hearts. Avelia, I love that name, gave blue hearts. Renee said, okay, Peter, I also sleep with a fist under my chin. I can't believe you do also. My mom told me that's how I was positioned in her uterus. She knows because I was stuck in her. And the doctor had to get me out by moving my hand away from my chin. Picture head down. I wonder if it means something. Like, I've always wondered that since Alex told me that. Katie put a little dog face and blue emoji for the essential worker. Lisa said, I love your vlogs. I save you for the last thing I watch before going to bed. Thank you so much for singing to me. Love you. And those, oh, you are so sweet. And those beautiful blue eyes, she said. I can't read this name. X-Solon, okay, said, I am low-key jealous of people who have a partner and aren't going through all of this alone. It's been months since I've seen anyone. I feel like you're the only person going through all this with me because I watch all your videos every day and feel a lot less. Oh, that means so much to me. Thank you. As pathetic as that sounds, I'm so thankful for you. I really appreciate that. I was just reading, actually, on, like, Twitter. There's, like, they did, like, it wasn't Twitter, I can't remember who it was, maybe the New York Times or something, did this whole study on, like, women that are going through this alone. Dave said, I saw the Grateful Dead at Deer Creek 95. We were at the same show. That was the Gatecrasher show, and they had the house lights on because there was rumors of a sniper in the crowd for Jerry. Just crazy shit. I'm showing my age. That was when you could camp in all of those cornfields out past the theater. Yep. I've seen fish there many times too. Me too. But I was on that 95 summer run with Grateful Dead. My last show was Jerry's show at Soldier Field, which I think is the one that was right after that, actually. But I could be wrong. Weird, Dave. We were at the same concert. Okay, Gina said, does anybody know Peter's name on Words with Friends? And is it Words with Friends 2? Thank you in advance. It's Words with Friends 2. And my name is The Real, in all caps, Peter Monn. Mary Kyle said, hello, Peter. I never really understood what this emoji meant either, but she's cute. The hair one. Is this one still your favorite? Love you. I love the nail emoji. Yeah, I use it all the time. I actually used it on Facebook yesterday when I said I've never seen so many scientists and politicians till I log on to the Facebook. Some people didn't really care for it. Oh, here's Dave again. Dave said, Schitt's Creek is great because the episodes are only 22 minutes and you can bust them out. The show gets funnier and better as you get along. That's kind of what I wondered. Like, is it like the first season, like you're kind of just like getting to know the people, and then it gets funnier? Because some of the episodes that Alex seemed to watch later seem to be a lot funnier. I actually love the banter between David and Alexis, the brother and sister. I think is absolutely hilarious. Okay. I love that people are asking me to clean out my basement and do a series clean it. That's not gonna happen. I'm just gonna tell you right now. But thank you, Trisha, for the suggestion. She's like, yes, YouTube, the basement cleanup. I always watch before and afters, love them, especially when it's really gross and hoarding. Yeah, like that, I won't be showing you all that, okay? I don't need you to see boxes of all of my things down there. Karen, Audrey, Brandon, and Emily all left emojis. Thank you. Kaylee, okay, I have to tell you something that cracks me up is when people call it a blog, like a written blog, which is totally fine, but I have to tell you why I think that's funny, right? So I've talked about this on here before. So, because Callie says on here, I listen to your blogs every day, never missed one. So, because they're like video blogs, right? Well, when you get people that are like real serious about this, they'll say, they'll tell me, this is not a vlog, is what they'll say, okay? First of all. The second thing, they get real upset about it. They're like, this isn't a vlog. And I'm like, okay, whatever. The second thing is that, did you guys ever watch John Green, who the writer, and his brother Hank Green, who's personally, I think, even a better writer? His second book is coming out of his series, Absolutely Remarkable Thing, is coming out, I think, in August. I'm so excited about it. I saw it on Audible and about died. Anyway, they have a channel that's old as time called the Vlog Brothers, and they were actually the ones that started, like, VidCon. They, like, helped start VidCon. But I used to watch them back in the day, and I swore that their name was the Vlog Brothers, because I thought it was, like, video. Like, I didn't know it was, like, a blog. Like, I thought it was, I didn't know what it was. And so, it was so funny to me. Because I used to call it a vlog, like, back in the day. Like, I would tell my friends, I'd be like, do you ever listen to the Vlog Brothers? And they're like, who? And I'm like, they didn't watch them anyway, but anyway. So anyway, and she says, even my boyfriend has come to watching with me. So it's so cute that you say that. I love that. Even my boyfriend has come to watching with me during this quarantine time. Well, of course, as he should. He comes home and goes, oh, I can't take it. Peter Monn in the shower, Peter Monn at dinner, Peter Monn at bedtime. He's like, girl, I'm dreaming. And I hear Peter Monn's voice in the background, ha, 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 ha. Just FYI, if your boyfriend is like, he's like, girl, I'm dreaming. I'm joking. Tell your boyfriend I said, Callie, tell your boyfriend I said, hey girl. Okay, that's probably, you know what, like, as far as my, like, term of endearment, like, I have to tell you, that is probably my most used word ever. Like, like, I mean, I don't really do it so much, like, in videos, because, like, you know what I mean? Like, but, like, when I'm talking to my friend, I'll be like, if I'm talking to, like, you know, friends of mine on the phone or whatever, I'll be like, I was even doing it with my cousin today on the phone that I hadn't talked to in forever. I'm like, girl, let me tell you something, okay? But if I'm talking to Tanya, I'm like, girl, listen, Like, I do it all the time. If my friend right now that lives in Germany is watching this, she is dying, because back in the day, it was literally like, I was like constant, like, girl, listen, girl. Are you listening? Girl, are you listening to me? I said it all the time. It's probably my most used word. Okay. Courtney said, thank you so much for playing Words with Friends with us. Of course, I think I'm playing my second Words with Friends game with Courtney, or maybe my third. I think we just started a new one today. And there's Courtney again, and then Lisa and the Cult Jam. Sean said, I miss you going through Starbucks and trying new drinks. I also miss seeing Josh the barista. I miss going through Starbucks too, like nobody's business. You have no idea. I'm gonna text him tomorrow and say, hey, hope you and Jacob are holding up. Kathy said, as long as you continue to vlog, I will be here front and center. I'm pretty lucky on my Facebook friends are pretty laid back and not much drama or political stuff. I should go to my Facebook and see if anybody got real offended by that. I don't think they did. Nobody pays me any mind on the Facebook. So there's this video going around, and it's Gianluca Vacci, Do you guys know who I'm talking about? He's the guy with all the tattoos and the beard and all. He's real built, and he's like 65, and he's a billionaire, okay? And his wife is like 30, and he is always, people think I look just like him, and everybody is tagging me in this video, and he's riding this suitcase through the airport, and people keep on tagging me in it. So, anyway, nope, nobody got upset about it. Got a lot of comments on it, though. I guess that means I'm Facebook famous. Oh, my Lord. See, you can't get me on the Facebook. So if I get on the Facebook, I don't get off. And I hardly ever go to my page, which I need to do. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I was reading comments. I was like, what was I doing? I was like trying to get back to like remember what I was doing. Ina left a bunch of emojis. Marissa said, oh my God, you mentioned me. I'm a huge fan. I've watched your videos for the last 2 years. You inspire me every day to be a better. Oh, thank you so much. Marissa, you didn't say if it's Marisa or Marissa. Do you remember me saying that yesterday? Do you know, I have to say, it's interesting when people say to me, you inspire me to be a better person. I think that it's a huge compliment, and I really appreciate it. It's very flattering. I don't know that I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's me sharing stories or, it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it to you. Like, I really, really appreciate the compliment, but I've never seen myself as that person, if that makes sense, as being somebody that inspires other people. If you said to me, thank you for sharing your recovery story, like that's inspired me to get sober, or thank you for inspiring me to start a YouTube channel, or thank you for inspiring me to, you know, like never give up, or continue to like, you know, go back to school and get my master's degree, or, you know, trying to have better relationships with my family members or whatever. Like, I could understand that. But like, I get a lot of comments that people will be like, thank you for inspiring me to be a better person on a daily basis. And I don't know if it's simply because I say that I wake up every day and I try to be the best version of myself that I can be. And you know, if it's for that alone, then thank you, and that's a huge thing, because the thing is, that's the best that we can do, right? Like, I think we aim to be so high, you know, we aim to really reach the stars on being really good people. And I think that for those of us that want to be good people, I think the reality is we've probably done things in our life that we're not proud of, you know, that we like want to like grow and become better human beings from. I know that if you put me beside my version of myself at 20 years old, like, I don't want to be that person. I don't, you know? And since then, you know, things I've said and whatever, and, you know, language I've used, like, I don't want to be that person. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, and I'm not that person today, and I know that. Oh, they're coming out. He's coming out with the dogs. You want to say hi to the vloggers?
What?
You want to say hi to the vloggers?
Hi, vloggers.
Say hello.
Give me all your money, bitch.
Alex! My lord! Goodbye. Are they doing their business?
Uh-huh.
So nice out, isn't it?
I'm trying to see the mystical gate that is the 3 planets lined up with the moon.
Is that tonight?
It's at 3:30.
Well, it's 2:46.
Yeah, but I just thought
Can you walk through the gate?
Huh?
Can you walk through the gate?
I am the key, so yeah.
But you know, like, I think I started getting inspired by people that when I see people that try to do good in the world or try to do their best, that inspires me. People that I see as having always had it together, I'm not typically inspired by that, you know? I'm more inspired by people that have learned as they've grown. Because I think that's more of a human story. You know what I mean? Like, don't you? Like, I don't know. So when people say that to me, it means a lot to me. I don't know that I get it, I guess. And I think the other thing is that I'm just a human being like everybody else. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I can inspire anybody to do anything, then that's great. And I'm not going to shy away from that. I mean, if somebody says, you inspire me to be a better person, great. I'm glad that I do. I'm glad that I have people that inspire me to be a better person. You know what I mean? But, like, I just don't understand it at the same time, like, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just means a lot to me. I do think of myself as somebody that thinks about what I do and what I put out there in the world. I do think of myself as somebody that wakes up every day and looks at who I am and how can I be a better version of myself and how can I continue to grow. I do look at myself and think to myself, as a spiritual, entity having a human experience, what am I going to learn today that's going to make me grow as a better human being? What can I do to put out better and more good into the world? What can I do to be a more compassionate, kind, caring person? I do think about that on a daily basis. If those are the things that are inspiring other people, then that makes me very, very happy. But I wasn't always that person, and this is the piece that I hope to inspire people the most. That was always inside of me. That goodness of being the best version of myself was always inside of me from a very young age of being a child. I think we see sometimes the world's best in, the innocence of the world, so to speak. But I got off track, and I think I got real jaded about the world and real jaded about people in the world. And not just before I got sober, but since I've been sober. There are times when I have to kind of realign my truth when I'm looking at the world and say, please don't let me see that everybody in the world out there treats people this way. You know what I mean? Like, the next person you meet might be the greatest person you've ever met. So if I inspire people, I hope it's to think for yourselves, never give up, realize that you never stop learning and you never stop growing. There will always be more that you can learn. One of my biggest, when people ask you, like, what's your biggest pet peeve or what's your biggest turnoff? One of my biggest turnoffs in life is people that are unteachable. People that are unwilling to, like, when you hand them something and you say, please take a look at this, and they're unwilling to do that. No, I know it all. I know what's best. You don't know me, and they're real quick with that whatever. That's such a turnoff to me. I don't have a lot of people in my life like that. I just don't. The majority of the people in my life, from my family to, like my husband, to my cousin, to my dad, to my, stepmom, to my best friend, to my sponsor, to my close friends, to everybody that's in my life, I think, are pretty much people that are willing to, when you bring them something or somebody brings something to them, they go, wow, like, what is my part in that? What do I need to do to continue to improve as a human being? Like, how can I be a better version of myself? You know what I mean? That's like such a, like, people that are unteachable to me. I'm like, so you've learned everything there is to learn in the entire world. Like, you've grown as much, you've grown as much as you can possibly grow. Okay, well, all right. Yet there are 80-year-olds out there that are still every day waking up saying, please teach me something. I have yet to learn more about myself. Like, that is inspiring to me. I was saying thank you to Marissa, and it was like, look at my camera, it won't get focused. And I was saying thank you to Marissa, and it just like shut up. It just shut down in the middle of it. So Marissa, is it Marissa or is it Marisa? And if it's Marie, put like an E or something so I know which one it is. But thank you for watching, I appreciate it. Lydia said, Peter, my husband's birthday is April 28th, and I didn't know what to get him, but I remembered you doing a Manscaped sponsorship, and I decided to order him that using your code. Monn20 saved me almost $23. Oh my God! Almost $23. Thanks, Peter. I think he's going to love it. That makes me so happy. Thank you. And don't forget, you can also order from Adam and Eve and get your first thing 50% off with code Peter, plus free shipping and handling in the United States and Canada. Okay. Oh, Stephanie said, I'm like, I can't hardly read it. God bless PP, sweet dog will always live in your heart. I don't know what it is. Okay, so PP's birthday is coming up. I don't know what's going on right now, but Alex and I were talking about him again today. Like, it's been really heavy on our hearts the last couple days. But Stephanie, I love you. You know that. Let's see. Marisa said, I think the extra episode with the Tiger King show was ridiculous and not entertaining. Just another scream for fame. The only thing I learned about the additional episode was how certain I was about my hate for Jeff Love. I just thought it was interesting because I would have watched anything extra that was part of it. But everybody seems to kind of think the same thing. They didn't think it was very good either. Patricia said, Blue Hearts, I listen to the vlogs when I'm doing the dishes or cooking. I love when my daughter comes in and starts talking to you like you can hear her. She loves the rant videos too. We call them Peter's Problems of the Day. Oh my God, I love that. Love you, Peter. Aw, I love you too. DB said, oh my God, love that baby Peter picture. Thanks for sharing. Charlotte said, I totally agree with you about Facebook. Peter, especially the part about many folks constantly needing to be right. I'm over it. And if it wasn't for all the photos, I'd delete it. Maybe it's time to save all the pics and close out my account. It's just such a tired and toxic place. That's one thing I truly love about your channel's kindness, friendliest place on the internet. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And I really think it has mostly to do with you guys. I don't think it has really a whole lot to do with me. I mean, I think to some degree, I think I cultivate that over here, but I think it's you guys that are the ones that have the comment sections, you know? I thought about that too with Facebook. Like, I don't even know how I would go in there and start. I thought about the same thing, to be honest, with Instagram, going in and getting all my pictures. And then I was just like, and would you really care? Like, I thought about this, like, if tomorrow, like, Instagram and Facebook were gone forever, like, if tomorrow it was all gone, like, how would you respond to that? You know what I mean? Like, have you ever thought about that? Like, if you woke up tomorrow and it was like Facebook, and I mean, you just have to get over it, wouldn't you? I mean, I think I would. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's see. DB wants me to do some basement cleaning vlogs. Melissa, she posted it along. Hey, Melissa. She said, oh, Peter, when you went on the 2-week hiatus, we were going to remain here waiting because we all love you so much. And we got your back. It means so much to me. You mean something to us. I mean, with a YouTuber, if they don't post a video for a week or two, I worry if they're okay, but I know that something happened, like a major death in the family or something just as tragic, or they have a mental breakdown. I don't ask them or you to get on social media or make a video to explain to me what is going on, because in that moment, you or anyone are so distraught that you don't want to bother. Not that we don't matter, but you know what I mean. It is just the timing. I know I don't want to bother with social media or anything when my mom died, or when I myself have had a mental breakdown. I know they will explain where they have been when they come back. I really appreciate that. It's hard though, because I think especially like with the vlog, I didn't really, like, when that was all going on, I didn't really, to be honest with you, like, because I put out, like, a post on Twitter and on my community tabs and stuff, letting people know. I didn't really feel like I needed to get in a video on my, you know, drama channel. I did, you know, after a few days of being gone. But I didn't feel like I needed to post anything on there, or Peterisms, or BookTube, or whatever. But I did feel like on the vlog, because I come on here, I mean, this is like where I show my life, right? And so it's like, but you show your life, but then you turn your life off for this. And it just was like, I just couldn't, you know, like, I just couldn't. And, you know, I have to say that like whole time that we were gone was probably, like, whenever we go on vacation, you know, like, I mean, YouTube is my job these days, right? So when we go on vacation, unless I pre-film videos, I'm filming videos on vacation, you know, especially on my drama channel, because that's daily stuff that comes up, and my vlog. So, like, most people get to go on vacation and just turn it all off, but I don't. You know, it's like, that's my job, and I continue to do it. And that's what I've decided to do, and I love this. You know, I feel blessed to do that, but it is my job, right? So very rarely do I ever go on vacation and just completely disconnect from Twitter, from Facebook, from Instagram, from looking at any kind of drama. And to be honest with you, like, in that moment, I could really give a rat's ass what any beauty influencer was doing. My dog was gone, and I was feeling the worst I had felt in a very, very long time. And I just wanted to be with my husband. That's all I wanted, you know? So I also just couldn't do it. I just didn't feel like I didn't feel physically like I could, you know what I mean? But I have to say, like, it was really nice, like, getting up and not feeling like for a while, like, I knew I was coming back. See, that was the thing, right? Like, if I had known, like, this is where it's so weird to me when YouTubers just sign off and you never hear from them again. If I had known, like, I was never coming back, I think I would have gone through such a huge grieving period. But when we went on vacation, I had decided that at some point during that week, I was going to do an update video. I knew that. I was like, sometime during this week, I'm going to do an update video. And then I knew that before I came back, I was going to start vlogging again. I actually don't remember when I started vlogging again, but I knew I was going to start vlogging again sometime. And I thought I would start doing it before we came back. And then I talked to Tanya, because I just love to do this. I mean, I really do, you know? And I feel so blessed that my entire life, from when I was working in a treatment facility to now, that everything, like, I feel so blessed to have always been able to have a job that I love doing what I do, you know? That it's just, I mean, to do what you do, to love what you do and get paid for it, like, is amazing, right? And, I was talking to Tanya one of those nights that week, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go back and start vlogging. It was like Tuesday it was like Wednesday or Thursday, because I think New Year's was Tuesday, so it would have been like Thursday. And I was like, I think I'm gonna start vlogging again tomorrow or something, and start videos again tomorrow or whatever. And she said, I will never forget, I was sitting on that patio, and it was like late at night, and I was sitting out there and talking to her on the phone, drinking a Diet Coke, and I said, yeah, I think I'm gonna start making videos again tomorrow. And she said, or something like that, and she said, I really wish you would just take the rest of the week, and when you come back, start making videos. And I was like, well, I'm like ready to come back. I'm like, I just really miss, you know, like vlogging and hearing from people and whatever. And she's like, well, I think it would be really good for you to take a whole week off. You haven't done that since you started. I think it would be really... Valerie just texted me and she said, hi there, 5 weeks today. We haven't been to the casino. LOL. Like, this is like our joke now, our running joke, like how long it's been. So, and Tanya was like, I really think I would like you to sleep on it. She said, and I really would like you to like not make videos until you come back. She said, I think it would be just good for you to like just be with Alex and just, you know, take some time. And she goes, plus it'll make you refreshed for when you come back. And I have to tell you, like, in all honesty, I think it's something I'm gonna do, like, once a year. I really do. I think that 1 week or 5 days out of the year, I'm just gonna take a week and, like, go on a vacation if I can. And just be with Alex and just disconnect from it wasn't the videos. I have to tell you, this was the weirdest thing. It wasn't the videos, because like the videos, like I make them and I post them and then I read the comments. Like I love all that. It was disconnecting from social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Like that, like it was so nice just not even being on there. You know what I mean? And you know, it was different because, like, we were getting so many messages from people, like, about pee-pee, and Alex was responding to all of them. And, you know, for him, it was really, really helpful. It was really, like, he was able to, like, people were, like, every day sending him messages on Instagram, and it meant the world to him, you know what I mean? And for me, it just was, like, I just had to turn it off. But it also taught me that I could turn it off. You know what I mean? Like, I could turn it off whenever I wanted to. But I also think that we can communicate, like, as YouTubers. It's not like... I mean, if something horrible happened again tomorrow, it's not like I can't, like, put on my community tab. It takes me 2 seconds to put out, you know, like, hey, you guys, going through something right now. Like, and the thing is that sometimes when you're going through it, like, in the moment, you don't want to. But a day or 2 or 3 days later, when it's, like, not at the peak of what it's going through, to just let the people in. Like, and I appreciate, Melissa, your message. I really do. And, you know, you've been a long-term follower and part of the book club and everything, and I really appreciate it. But, you know, like, I feel so blessed to have this interaction that I have with all of you, that 3 or 4 days into something that I'm going through, it would seem weird to me not to include you and be like, hey, you guys, just want to let you know that I'm going to be taking some time and, you know, whatever. I don't know. I just feel real connected to the people that watch my videos. And I think maybe it's because I have the vlog. I think that is the difference, you know? And so I see a lot of the same names come up, and I have seen a lot of the same names come up for years and years and years, and, you know, and people that I've followed from the very beginning and have literally watched, you know, what did I come up with the other night? You know, thousands of hours of me talking in a car, you know, like, that's pretty phenomenal that you guys allow me along for the ride. And, I wouldn't just not take my friends' calls if I was going through something hard and just shut them out completely, you know, and just be like, let them figure it out on their own. And I'm not going to do that to you guys either. And, because I consider you guys friends. And that's how I look at these channels, you know, and I feel so blessed to have this. So, yeah. So thank you for this. I mean, this is just, I don't know. I have the coolest life. I really do. And thank you, Melissa, for such kind words. I really appreciate it. Okay. Ina said, Peter, you will never lose me. I look forward to your vlogs. I told my husband today I would be so happy to meet you someday in person. I adore you and count you as my friend. I connect with you. Oh, thank you so much. Love you too. Tadow said, my dad has 21 years sober today. Congratulations. Oh my God. Amazing. Amanda Panda said, can you explain how Audible works? I don't understand it. You pay monthly, but do you also have to pay for each book? I have Kindle Unlimited and I love audiobooks, but not a lot of books included with Kindle Unlimited have audio. I'm interested in audio, but I'm not sure how it works or if it's worth it. Okay, it's probably not worth it to a lot of people. I love it, but you can get like Libby and Overdrive, and those are through your library, and they also have audiobooks on there, but you have like 2 weeks to listen to it, then you have to, you know, return it, which a lot of books, well, I mean, if you listen to audiobooks quickly. With Audible, it is, and I'm not sponsored by them, but God, I wish I was. I don't know how every YouTuber in the world can get a sponsorship from Audible but me, but I can't. So anyway, whatever. Bitter much? Yes, I shout them out all the time. I think it would be the most perfect, original, authentic, organic sponsorship in the entire world, and they're literally doing sponsorships with people that don't even read books. So yeah, it pisses me off. But anyway, you know, I have tried to stick to this whole thing of like only doing sponsorships of products that I can really stand behind, but like it makes me so bitter sometimes when I see these people and they're literally, and I know they're getting paid a shit ton of money to do sponsorships with people with products that they could absolutely never, they would never use and they would never stand behind in a million years. And I'm like, how can you mislead your people like that? You know, even when a company wants me to do a sponsorship, like if I've never heard of the product or I've never used the product, I get messages every day from people wanting to do collaborations with me, you know? And I'm always like, you can send me the product and I will use it. And if I like it, then I will do a sponsorship with it. But I'm not going to stand behind a product, and even if I'm getting paid for it, and be like, yeah, you should go buy this product if I don't believe in it. You know what I mean? So anyway, what was I gonna say? I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, Audible. So you pay a monthly fee, and it's different for everybody. Like, I pay, I think, $24.95 a month, and that's for 2 credits, okay? And with 2 credits, what you get every month is 2 books. So you exchange a credit for, you can exchange it for a book, okay? And you don't have to use all your credits every month. You can just use 1 credit, you could use none, whatever. And then they have these Audible originals. There's 6 every month. And it used to be that you could only pick 2. I actually should go in here and check. I've been meaning to do this. But on the Audible website, of which I go to daily, it said right now that you can pick as many as you want. The April selection. Oh, it's letting you list, members can choose any or all. So it's letting you listen to all of them, but it's not letting you download them forever. Okay, but then you get 2 out of 6. So basically you get 4 books every month, right? But 2 of the 6 are just like they're pre-picked, right? Or you can just get 1 credit a month. The thing is, like, if you buy an audiobook off of Audible or like Amazon or whatever, you can buy it. And let's say if the book is $30, right? To buy it, to listen to an audiobook. I mean, you have to be a person that really likes to listen to audiobooks. I love it. I always have. Like, I listen to CDs, books on CDs, and then before that I listened to books on cassette tape. So I've listened to audiobooks for years and years. Hell, I grew up with the records that every time it would ding, you'd turn the page. I've listened to audiobooks since I was a little kid. So, for me, it's like I love them, you know? And, I think I actually even had the, what do you call it, the 8-track thing that I had that you put into a Teddy Ruxpin, and then it would like, you had this book with a Teddy Ruxpin that you turn the pages on. But anyway, I can see that the battery is getting low. I'm gonna have to get off here in just a little bit because the other battery is inside, and I think I'm just gonna pull it to a close tonight. But, so you can also just get 1 credit. The thing is that like some of the books are like $30, $40, right? And then you get it for 1 credit, which equals out to like, I don't know, $11 or $12 a credit. You can also buy 3 extra credits a month, and it comes to $34, so it comes to like 11 something a credit. I do that a lot. So, like there was a book on there, like the entire Chronicles of Narnia are on there right now. You can buy the entire collection for 1 credit. So you literally could buy like $100 worth of books for like $19 or something like that. So sometimes there are a lot of good deals. Plus, they have a lot of, there's a daily deal every day. That's $2.95 to $3.95. Some days it's books that you want. Yesterday there was an Alan Eskins book that I already have in my library, and I haven't listened to it because I love Alan Eskins, and I was actually introduced to him because they put these books on sale a lot. And then like once or twice a year, they'll have a massive sale. I've purchased a lot of books that way. And then they just have other stuff on there that you can get the newspaper for free, I think, on there, and some magazines and some exercise workout. There's like Pilates and yoga and things that you can get for free. You can do it for a 30-day trial if you want to try it for a month. You can just go in there and sign up for 30 days for free. If I had my affiliate link set up, I could tell you what my affiliate link code is, and I could make a kickback from that, but I don't have that set up. But you can just go in there and sign up for 30 days and you get like your first book for free. So you can try it for 30 days and see what you think, and then just discontinue it after that. I've never heard anybody sign up for it for 30 days and have a problem, but you do have to go in there and cancel it before the end of your 30 days or it will charge you. Yeah, I love it. I think it's expensive. I do. Like, I mean, but you know, like, I think each of us have our things that we spend our money on. You know, I don't buy a lot of clothes. You know, other than going out to eat, it's really the only thing I spend money on. And so, and I'm not going out to eat these days, you know what I mean? Valerie said something to me yesterday. She said, today, she said something. Did I talk to Valerie today? I did talk to Valerie today. She said, you said something in your vlog about not going to your meeting. And I go, did I? I go, I meant like not going to my Zoom thing. She was like, oh, I was like, are you going to your meeting? I was like, no. Our meeting isn't even meeting. Like, it's not even meeting in person. We're only doing it on Zoom. But anyway, what was I gonna say? So yeah, so Audible is, I don't know, I love it. I think everybody should try it for 30 days and see what you think. And if you want to try it and you want a recommendation for like a book, put in the comment section of tonight's video, put for tomorrow so I can read it and I'll tell you. Say like, I want to try Audible, I like romances, or I want to try Audible, I like suspense or this, or I like try Audible but I like nonfiction memoirs or whatever, and I'll give some recommendations tomorrow. But there's some, because I think it also depends on the narrator. Like, I was talking to my cousin Caroline about that today, because so many times, like with the books, like if the narrator is good, like it totally makes a difference. Like Bonnie Turpin, this narrator on there, she's fantastic. She narrated all of Angie Thomas's books. She narrated The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. She just narrated something that I read recently. She's fantastic. It's Bonnie, but it's B-H-A-N-I. And she's like one of the most fantastic narrators I've ever listened to in my entire life. I love her. I can listen to her narrate anything, honestly. And a lot of them do like voice changes and stuff, and a lot of them don't. I can't remember who I was listening to that did some voice changes the other day. And then there's like, sometimes they have cast, like full cast, and so it's like you're listening to like a radio show. But yeah, you can try it for a month, and then the thing is, the other thing is that some of the books, like, you'll go in there and, like, so if you have a membership, you get a membership price, right? So, like, let's say if on Amazon the book is $30, but on Audible the book might be $7.37 or 38 cents, right? And so I always think to myself, well, that's less than a credit, so I'll just buy it outright. So I'll buy the book for $7.37, right? And then I listen to that book. Because sometimes books go on sale, they're like 40% off, whatever. So things you might be looking for are a lot cheaper. I mean, once you kind of get used to it, you kind of get used to like how to move. The reason I have so many books in my library is because whenever there's a sale, I go in there and I just buy a bunch of stuff up. Because like I'll see a book and I'll be like, yeah, this book is usually like a credit or like $30 and it's $2.10. I'm buying this book. You know what I mean? And then I'll just have it there, and if I want to read it, I have it. Because I have so many books that I've had in my library for years now and I've never read, you know? But I will someday. I will hopefully listen to them, you know what I mean? It's not like, I don't feel like it's any different than like having bought books and they're just sitting on my bookshelves at home. So anyway, I love Audible. It's fantastic. I'm obsessed with it. It's like my favorite thing in the entire world. I don't know what I would do without it. But I will tell you this, as far as sponsorships, this is kind of funny. I found out about Audible from, oh, my battery is dying. And I don't think the other battery that I have out here is, I think it's charging inside. think my other 2 ones are. I don't even have another one in here. They're both charging. But one's charging inside and one's sitting on the counter ready to be charged. I found out about Audible from Gigi Gorgeous and Tyler Oakley, and that was why I originally got on Audible. So I did actually get on Audible because of a YouTuber, so they did inspire me. And I just noticed the other day that Tyler Oakley is doing an Audible sponsorship again. So I think he really does. His Audible book is really, really good too. He reads it and he talks right to it's not the best book in the entire world, but he talks right to the audience when he's reading it. It's called Psychobabble. Okay, and it's based, the title of his podcast with Corey Cole. All right, I'm gonna end this now, and I'm gonna make my outro real quick so I can get it done before the battery is stops completely. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, please put a blue heart in the comment section below, and what's a red heart for essential workers. Thank you guys so much for working and taking care of us during these difficult times. I really, really appreciate it. And if you've made it this far and you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure that you're still subscribed to the channel, and if you care so, leave a comment. It would really mean a lot to me. I love you guys. Thank you so much. You're really helping me get through these times right now by actually having something to do and come out here and, talk, so I appreciate it. And I hope you guys are having an amazing Thursday, trash day. It's our trash day. Unless you have other plans, but like I always say, don't have other plans. Make the most of your day. Do something fun today. Start a book. Do a read-a-thon. The Reading Rush, stay-at-home read-a-thon starts today. You can check it out at The Reading Rush on Twitter or, YouTube. Look up The Reading Rush, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, you can look it up underneath there. Or look it up on all that, just The Reading Rush anywhere. And Instagram as well. And I think they have a website called thereadingrush.com. You can go there and check it out too. Anyway, or just do something for fun. And do something that will make yourself proud when you look back on it a year from now, tomorrow, next week, or 60 years from now. Or 69 years from now, family friendly. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and every single night and do at least one positive affirmation and say, today is going to be an amazing day. Tomorrow is going to be the best day I've had all week. It's going to be a fantastic day. I'm going to be happy, joyous, and free all day long. I'm going to be full of laughter, and I'm going to help others, and I'm going to be compassionate, minded, loving, kind, tolerant, and forgiving. And I'm going to go into this world with love. I'm going to go into the world from a point of love. And I think if we always do things from a point of love, then we hopefully won't let most people in our world down. I think that's one of the things I've learned from all the books I've read in the Peterisms book read-a-thon this year, which I'll talk about tomorrow because I'm doing the same book, the Jensen Sorrow book for April than I was for March. So anyway, let's go forth with love. And yeah, don't you love to be in love? I love to be in love. And what's the other thing that I always say in here? Most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you today. Just call somebody up. It meant so much to me today to talk to my aunt and my cousin. It just my cousin had asked me to reach out to my aunt, and then in return, I'm the one that my day, it's just I was so excited. I was so excited to tell Alex. I was so excited to tell Tanya. It was just so much fun. I had so much fun talking to them today, and it just made my day. So anyway, yeah, and make sure that you practice random acts of kindness, and don't tell anyone. Because that's how you get the good stuff, the good feelings inside, is if you just do good things and put goodness out there in the world for the sole reason of just doing good things. It cut me off. Sometimes it just feels good to do the right thing. Anyway, I love